Didn't I? It's good evening. Y'all know who I am. Miss Edwina B. Y'all know who I am. Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pop. Edwina B. Y'all see me in the morning, sometimes at 6:30 to 7 o'clock. And y'all even review some of my previous podcasts. But I've been doing this for 3 years now, particularly when COVID started, right? Because I was getting ready to do my world tour of my Free to Hope platform. Free from recovery, emerge, empowered. Now I say from recovery, emerge, enlightened, and empowered to help others, give others hope, help others prosper equally. And so now I want to try something different because here the last few months I've been doing the early morning show where in the past I did the morning and I did a check-in in the evening. And so I'm just trying to do a test run to see what works to get the most viewership that I possibly can. Because I just believe that what God has given me, everybody needs to hear it. And if you have something that God has given you, given you, you need to share it, okay? And so I'm on tonight because I go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I go to bed 8 o'clock. 365 days a year, I go to bed 8 o'clock. Why? Because I'm an early bird and I get up 4 o'clock in the morning. That's my meditation time. That's the time I do most of my schoolwork or my writings because I'm a morning person. And so because I get up 4 o'clock, I need to go to bed at 8 o'clock. All right. And so that's why I'm testing it from 7:30 to 8 to see how this goes. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on what I normally do, but I will say this. I am going to review the AA's daily reflection reading that was this morning for today. And I'm going to share how my day went with it and how people in my 12-step fellowship dealt with it as well. And then I want to give you a preview of tomorrow's daily reflection. So that's why I want to do it in the evening because I can give you what it was for today and you can evaluate and do an inventory of what your day was like based on this information that you can ponder on it or even, meditate or ask God to help you with it. And then tomorrow's reading is like a preview in terms of when God wakes us up tomorrow, if he chooses to, then we will already have a head start on what the daily reflection is going to be. And we can also govern our attitudes, ideas, thoughts behind it, and be a productive day in serving our Creator, who I choose to call God, and our fellow man. Okay? So, y'all know, most of y'all know my story, right? 33 years plus in recovery from co-occurring disorders, mental illness, substance abuse, and a prostitute, right? And so underneath a parked car 33 plus years ago, there getting high with my stepson, doing all kind of sexual favors with him. When everything was said and done, he transformed and became violent. I transformed and became fearful of my life. After he administered the first punch, I started running for my life. Got a flashback from my past when I played hide and seek of getting underneath the bed. And so as I continued to run, I saw a slew of cars. I said, if I just get underneath one of those parked cars, he can't get to me. I only weighed 90 pounds then, face all sunken in, dark circles around my eyes, right? Had very little teeth. These are dentures. Y'all know that because I take some out, right? And my hair was short and matted. So what you see here is the mask. It's the mask. It's a mask. This is not who I am. No. And when I was underneath that parked car 33 plus years ago, I was spiritually naked. I didn't have any mask on. If I did and I didn't have a mask, it was out of desperation. I was totally humiliated. Didn't have time to think about a doggone mask. Are you kidding me? I was running and trying to save my life. So there, I remember the flashbacks of the being co-captain of the cheerleader team and vice president of the class and deemed the smartest of my parents' 6 kids and voted one to most likely to succeed. Had ambitions of being a model, an actress, a phys ed teacher. I'm underneath a parked car. Are you kidding me? Cats and dogs get underneath parked cars. And so, yes, the mask was gone. I wore all kinds of masks as a prostitute. That's why I can't do this anymore. I'm no longer a prostitute. No. And so this journey of a 12-step spiritual program, now incorporating the 5 agreements by the Ruiz family and the transformational teachings by Dr. Sonja, and for 18 years being associated with a religion of my choice. My pastor name is Christopher Allen Bullock. And my first lady is Debbie Strickland Bullock. And I love my pastor. I love my first lady. But I had a disdain for the church and the people in it. Because during my addiction, they didn't let people like us in. No, we too dirty. We stink. We got history. We got garbage. Yes. Let me ask you, what's in your closet? But underneath that parked car, it didn't matter. Now, the God that I was taught was a punishing God. Edwina, you bad girl, God gonna get you. I didn't know nothing about a caring and loving God. No. Only with them foxhole prayers when I needed to get out of a situation. You can relate. Oh, God, help me get out of this. I won't do it again. You know, those convenient prayers, right? And so the flashbacks continued at the age of 33. As a prostitute, drug addict, and one with mental illness, I committed murder. Yes, I said it. I had an abortion, and I consider that murder. I said then, whatever happens to me, I will deserve. The rapes, the beat-ups, the setups, being passed around like a bucket, spit on, called all kinds of names. Homeboys say, be, do me, and do my boys too. If you don't do it right, you're going to do it again. Or I'm going to sick these dogs on you. You're either going to yield or you're going to die. I robbed dead bodies, stepped over dead bodies, seen them stacked up in the closet. Yes, I attempted suicide several times. Jumped in and out of cars to turn tricks. Jumped out of windows to save my life. Crawled out of houses to escape the raid. So underneath that parked car, everything flashed before me, and I, somewhere, somehow, I went deep, 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 deep down inside of me and cried out these words, whoever they say you are, whoever they say you are, take me out this life now or show me a better way. Take me out, you choose. Because my best thank me got me underneath this parked car. You choose whether you want to keep me here, and if so, you prepare me for what you want me to do. I want to be of service to you, and I don't even know you, but I want to. And therefore, I was put on that pathway to recovery. So the mask underneath that parked car was gone. And so if I'm to be transparent and authentic with you, the mask must go. Look, I love my hair today. I don't need the makeup. No, I don't need it. I don't need it. Don't want it, right? Don't need it. Listen, this is how transparent I am. I know many of you saying that, Rena, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? I'm showing you the real me. If you can't handle it, sign off. But if you want transparency and authenticity, my God knows everything about me. He made me just the way I am. And because of my co-occurring disorders, my physical condition deteriorated because it was occupied by various spirits that was not conducive to my spiritual growth. And that's why underneath that parked car, I had that knee-bound experience, okay? So I'm going to put these back in for articulation and pronunciation purpose. But don't get messed up and hung up in the messenger. Listen to the spiritual message, okay? All right, that's enough about me. Now, so And listen, y'all, this is how I do my hair in the morning. I do just like this, right? Yeah, this is my crown. This is my crown. I don't need no makeup. You see my heritage, my culture. So this is me. This is the way I go to bed at night. Hair, teeth out, no makeup. Guess what? I wake up the same way. And I just thank God that through my journey of spiritual transformation, spiritual awakenings, that produced a psychic change in my thinking, that the mask of the physical had to go, but I had to apply that same analogy to the issues that I was covering up inside. Yes. All those things I seen, all those things I did, those things I was going to keep a secret. Hell no. I want to be set free from recovery, emerge enlightened and empowered, and then give hope to others, help others prosper equally. Donald Lawrence says we are not natural beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings encased in walking this natural experience here on earth called life. When I practice after learning, evaluating, assessing, practicing spiritual principles, I can wear the world like a loose garment. Yes, I refuse to tell God to kiss my behind. I refuse to give anything or anybody that much power ever again to make me go back underneath that car. Hell no. No. You, they, it ain't got it like that. And as a result of my knee-bowing experience, I did confess with my tongue that he is. Oh, he is. He is. He is. And for 33 plus years, the more I learn about him, the more I want to learn about him. Which is why I'm getting my doctorate in biblical studies. I know Dr. Bullock, I'm there. I know. 7 years. I've been waiting to complete it. Done all my classes and everything. But I want to learn more about the God who met me underneath that parked car, did for me what no human being could do. So you better believe I'm about transparency and authenticity. If you don't want the truth, don't ask me. If you don't want me to be authentic with you, don't come near me. That's why I'm offering to be your keynote speaker. Yes. So I can touch just one more. Mm-hmm. You need a spiritual coach? I qualify. You need a spiritual consultant? I qualify for that too. Because it is about being authentic and transparent. When you tell the truth, it's easy. All right, so let's get into the reading for today. And then I'll share with you what it was like for me today. All right. All right. So that was a little bit of a whole lot about me. All right. So let's go here. Let's take this off. So this is what I want to try, y'all. So this morning I shared this. Okay. And so let's go to the first one. The first one for today was healing the heart and mind. Right. And it stated, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. This is from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 55. And you need to know the 12 spiritual principles came out of the Bible, right? But instead of a religious angle, we came from a spiritual angle, because not everybody's about religion, but we all about spirituality, because we all spirits. And the person in recovery writes, since it is true that God comes to me through people, I can see that by keeping people at a distance, I also keep God at a distance. God is nearer to me than I think, and I can experience him by loving people and allowing people to love me. But I can neither love nor be loved if I allow my secrets to get in the way. It's the side of myself that I refuse to look at that rules me. I must be willing to look at the dark side in order to heal my mind and heart, because that is the road to freedom. I must walk into darkness to find the light, and walk into fear to find peace. By revealing my secrets and thereby ridding myself of guilt, I can actually change my thinking. By altering my thinking, I can change myself. My thoughts create my future. What I will be tomorrow is determined by what I think today. And let me tell you, I had a wonderful day. I had a magnificent day. Every day is magnificent and wonderful. Why? Because I practice those spiritual principles on all earthly matters. Yes. And so when we who are in recovery, when we go through our spiritual awakenings, experiences, transformations to achieve that psychic change, it's a matter of changing our thinking. Yes. See, the Ruiz family, through the 5 agreements, calls it domestication. We domesticate animals. But guess what? We do it to human beings as well. Yes. And so through that 4-step inventory, we go back as far as we can to learn not what's wrong with us, but what happened to us. For the purpose of unlearning unhealthy things and how they affected me, you, them, the world. And that's why that knee-bound experience is going to happen for every human being. Yes, so whatever that takes, that's what it takes. Mine took underneath that parked car. And so I know now that 33 plus years for 1 hour, y'all. Can y'all believe that? 1 hour. I go to my AA million. I call it my spiritual doctor with my spiritual fellowship. Yeah, of interns or whatever. Yes, I'm in love with recovery. I'm in love with my God who did for me what no human being is able or capable of doing. I had a praying mother. You hear me? My mother prayed for me. But even she was limited. So that's why for me, I want to learn more about him. He knows I need him, but he wants me to want him. And I want him like nothing else, just like I want my recovery. Why? Because underneath that parked car, he prepared me, delivered me, molded and shaped me to be sitting here before you today as transparent and authentic as I can be. So you better believe my heart and my mind has been on the healing side, even as I stumble, trip, and fall forward. Not backwards. Oh, hell no. I'll go back to help somebody else, but not to go back to that way of living. No, 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 no. That's why I shout whenever I hear the music. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, and now I see. Your grace, your mercy brought me through. I'm living this moment because of you. I want to praise you and thank you too, for it was your grace. It was your grace. It was your grace and mercy that brought me through. Honey, listen, don't invite me to your church. Don't invite me nowhere where gospel recordings are playing, because I can't sit down. I stayed on my knees and on my back too long. You mean to tell me I can't praise my God? Listen, this is my book, Underneath the Parked Car. This is when I had all the ambitions, my drug addiction and all that kind of stuff, right? No. And so, yes, through this spiritual fellowship and the 5 agreements, and most recently, the transformational teachings by Dr. Sonja, I'm on fire, coupled with my guidance from my pastor, Dr. Christopher Allen Bullock of Canaan Baptist Church. I'm telling y'all, I had a problem with churches. I had a disdain for the pastors. Yes, they wouldn't let me in the front door, but some of them would let me in the back door to give them service, not to get on my knees and pray. So it was through a dream that God said I needed a shepherd, and I needed a covenant, and I needed a church family that I sought out, and I interviewed the pastors. And it was something that Dr. Christopher Allen said that I will never forget, which is why I am still with him. He said that when whoever gave you that dream, go back and ask for directions, for guidance, for instructions, for clarification. Why? Because that's the same source I use. He sent me back to the source. And so for 18 years, listen, I don't miss a Sunday, one way, shape, form, or fashion, as I travel around the world. Why? Because my spirituality, is more important to me than my physical condition. Okay? All right, so that's how my day was for the reading. Now, let's take a peek at tomorrow's reading, which is another reason why I wanted to try this, okay? So tomorrow readings, let me read it to you, right? It's saying, lighting the dark past, okay? And the co-founder states, cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to life and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for them. AA Big Book, page 124. I can't wait to dissect this baby. All right. It says here, no longer is my past an autobiography. It is a reference book to be taken down, opened, and shared. Today, as I report for duty, the most wonderful picture comes through. For though this day be dark, as some days must be, the stars will shine even brighter later. My witness that they do shine will be called for in the very near future. All my past will this day be a part of me, because it is the key, not the lock. Woo, boy, I tell you, I love dissecting these things. Boy, listen. I dissect every word. I'm looking for the author's intent, his meaning, his purpose for conveying that message. I want to know. And so I use the Holy Spirit to help me, because even with 33 plus years, I accept my humanness. And I'm aware of it too. It's like, I know, yeah. And what now what? What's the next right thing to do? Well, guess what? What's right to you may not be right to me. So let me add this. What's the next right spiritual thing to do? That's what keeps me out of a lot of trouble. I'm cooking for Cocoa Pops, and I love me today, and my God does too. Which is why I love being who I am. And it is my obligation now, my honor, to help one other person. And so look, when you read that, right, what do you think about, right? Lighting the dark past. And so one of our promises states that we will not regret the past, nor shut the door on it. Oh my gosh. You know how many secrets. I have no secrets. I don't. I have no secrets. I'll be the first to tell on myself. Oh, yes. Because I know secrets keep me sick. And so through the recovery process, in order for us to live a spiritual life that is full with joy, happiness, gratitude, serenity, tranquility, just by using one prayer, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. But because the other one talked about working with people and through people, guess what? We got a serenity prayer for that too. God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the person that I can, and the wisdom to know that that person is me. So you see, when it talks about our past, how can we go forward? How can we even be present until we look, evaluate, assess our past. With these spiritual principles, they will help to change the narrative, the perspective, the perception of those old attitudes, ideas, and behaviors that were negative and perpetuated themselves even up until now. Yes. I love all of me because God is still working on me, but he knows my heart. He knows my spirit. That's why, for me, my spirituality, the road to authenticity and transparency is important to me. I never knew what it meant about the spirit of discernment. Listen, this is the only vehicle we have, right? Think about it. And throughout our lives, right? Different spirits occupy this vessel. Yeah. And guess what? That's a part of the journey. That's a part of the process. That's the part of the whole idea of living on this life, living in this life on this journey here on earth, so that we can have that knee-bowing experience. And majority of the time, it is through humiliation that will bring about humility to say, help me, help me, help me, help me, please help me. Oh, God knows when we're ready. And he and he knows when we have a made-up mind. Yes. Do you feel me? Do you really feel me? That's why I say don't get hung up in the messenger. Listen to the spirit. Feel the spirit. Are we connecting? Someone did it for me just the way I'm doing it for you. She was raw. She was direct. She was to the point. She shared what she did, how she did it, how she felt when she did it, but she also provided the solutions. Guess what? Today, in my spiritual journey, I look forward to each day that I'm blessed with. Each day that I'm blessed with. I inhale his love and I exhale his love because I did not know what love was. Nor did my parents, nor their parents, and nor their parents. Why? Because it's all based on conditions. Do you know if God placed conditions on us, we wouldn't be here. None of us. We will be poof, cocoa, poof, out of here. Unconditional love. And that's what I'm striving for by applying spiritual principles to all earthly matters. People, places, and things, the whole gamut, right? As much as I love my grandchildren, as much as I love, being a part of this earthly journey, I've learned through this process, to thy own self be true. I need to be the love of my life. I wore so many masks for so many things and so many people. I didn't know who Edwina was. That's why I can come on here and I can snatch off the wig. I can wipe off the makeup. I can take out these dentures because my past, by me shedding light on it, I have been set free. Yes, but it's by applying spiritual principles. What is the quality of your remaining years here on earth? If God took me today, tomorrow, tonight, I'll be happy. Happy because you know why? He will say, Edwina, job well done. My trusting servant, yes, job well done. But while I'm here, I'm going to give life all I have. because he prepared and he used me as cuckoo for Cocoa Pops as I am, just to help one other person, just to help one other person. So you see, you know, you know, these are tears of joy. Y'all better believe that. These are tears of absolute joy that I finally have a God of my understanding. Yes. And we are a fellowship of agnostic, atheists, believers, used to be believer now. But guess what? Guess what? We're all his. Everything belongs to him. And when we have that need bound experience, and you will, and you will have a different perspective, like many of us in this 12-step program has. So I'm going to see what the turnout is from this evening. I ain't gonna wipe the tears because I listen, tears of joy, and see is it beneficial for me to do it this way or do both. I don't know. I'm just trying to help one more. Okay, just trying to help one more. So put in the comments if you think 7:30 to 7:30 to 8 is a good time that you would tune in, or would you prefer 6:30 to 7 in the morning or 9 to 10 in the morning? Put in your selection when you want to view my information, right? I'm transparent, I'm authentic. I listen, I love it. And I hope you appreciate it because I want you to become as transparent and authentic as you possibly can. If there was a fire, if there was this, if that, would you run out of the house just like you was? Or would you stop to put on makeup, hair? I'll run out there buck naked if I have to. All right, I got to go, y'all. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. So if it's God's will that we are reunited tomorrow, either in the AM, mid-morning, or even in the evening, if we are chosen to rise, I will be here, and I hope you will be too. Have a blessed night.